So far, we've had 4 great races to start out the 2025 Haas IndyCar Series campaign. And this week we are here for race number 5 on the season, and undoubtedly going to be another great race to add here to the Haas IndyCar Series season. But while we visited along the West Coast here for the first 4 races of the season, we now take a trip over to the East Coast. We're here in Lakeville, Connecticut, here at the Lime Rock Park. Been a year since we've been here, but can't wait to finally come back here to the Lime Rock Park and get another race here going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to race number 5 on the 2025 Haas IndyCar Series season. It is the United Rentals Grand Prix of Lime Rock. What's going on, everybody? Caleb here, and welcome to the United Rentals Grand Prix of Lime Rock here at the Lime Rock Park. Like I said, it's been a minute since we've been here, but so excited to finally be back here at this racetrack. Usually always produces great racing, and I'm sure this race will be no different. Really looking forward to see how this race goes down and how it fits in with the other races we've had so far to start out this season. Like I said, it's been some great races, and yeah, like I said, I'm sure this race will be no different. Got a 34-lap race ahead of us here today, here at the very fast Lime Rock Park. And it'll definitely be interesting to see how things play out after this one. Just have to wait and see how everything goes down here after all is said and done. Joining me up alongside here in the booth, we got Nathan Stapleton. Thank you so much for joining me once again here for the IndyCar Series. And Nathan, I know you've seen some races here at Lime Rock Park before, and you've got one of your drivers there, Aaron Abel, starting up in the top 5 here today. And you got another one of your drivers, Bryn Wilmington, starting a little bit deeper in the field. So, looking at both of your drivers, what do you think they both have to do if they want to try and set themselves up here for a good position here at the Lime Rock Park?
Well, Lime Rock Park is a very fast and windy road course, and it's a really fun one, but it's really interesting on how everything shakes out here. That pit road strategy is going to be very important on who gets the win here today. And I'm not even letting my guys start of Aaron and Bryn Wilmington, but it's going to be a good one here. One of the better tracks on NR, and I'm looking forward to what happens here at Lime Rock. And hopefully we can survive the first couple of laps with everyone being all side by side and keep it clean. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great race here today. And looking forward to who can get the race win for race 5 of the season.
Definitely looking forward to seeing how this all goes down. And yeah, definitely made some good points there. I think this race is definitely going to rely heavily on the strategy. So that'll definitely be something to really watch out for. And yeah, these first couple of laps here with everybody so bunched together, it is a pretty narrow track. So could potentially see some calamity here in the early laps while everyone is still jumbled up together, but we'll just have to wait and see how everything plays out here from the Lime Rock Park. But taking a look here at your point standings, coming out of race number 4 of the season at the Willow Springs Raceway, John Andrews, who's had a absolutely dominant start to the season, still yet to finish outside of the top 10, comes in your points leader over the 8 of Tanner Parton, who comes in second in points, 20 points back. Looking further on down the point standings, you got Zachary Fitzwater coming in third in points, 21 back. Brennan Wilmington comes in fourth, 27 back. Bradley Bradshaw and Chris Reynolds are both tied for fifth in points. They're 44 points back. Bruno Diacomo comes in 7th, 46 back. Angel Oliveira comes in 8th, 48 back. 9th is Anthony Hernandez, 57 points back. And rounding out your top 10 in points, you've got your race winner from a few weeks ago at the Willow Springs Raceway, Dylan Matthews, coming in 61 points behind John Andrews, who is starting in the top 10 here today. So definitely has a good chance at holding on to that points lead if he can come on with a good finish. And definitely starting things out on the right foot here at the Lime Rock Park. But starting on the pole here for today's race, it's the number 1 of Aldra Baranowskis. Vision Motorsports been off to a strong start to the season with the 8 of Tanner Parton. But Aldra Baranowskis now making her name known here. Starting on the pole here from Lime Rock Park. Definitely a good starting position for Baranowskis. Have to see if she can hold on here as this race goes along. But with all that being said, I think it's about time we get these guys rolling here from the Lime Rock Park. And as they do, we'll take a quick look here at your starting lineup here for the United Rentals Grand Prix of Lime Rock. Of course, as aforementioned on the pole, we've got the number 1 of Aldra Baranowskis starting alongside the number 33 of BB Ruiz. Row 2, we find the 00 of Christian Vargas starting alongside the 49 of Angel Gutierrez. Row 3, we have your driver Nathan, the 97 of Aaron Abel, starting alongside the 52. Coming in 3rd in points, that's Zachary Fitzwater. Row 4, we find the 75 of Justin Zidell coming in alongside the 80 of Chris Reynolds. Rounding out your top 10 there, we find the 86 of Carson Miller starting alongside your points leader, the 79 of John Andrews. Making sure everyone rolls off okay. Looks like we are good. Race info here on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Of course, 34 lap race here today. You should have a pit window around 19 to 21 laps. That'll definitely be interesting to watch out for. And then looking through previous winners, got a couple of them in the field. 2018's winner, John Andrews. And Angel Oliveira is a 2-time winner here. And then, of course, your reigning winner here is Brad Stover, who's also in the field. Have to see how they do here today, but Nathan got a long, strong contenders in this field. Who do you got winning here at the Lime Rock Park?
Well, John Andrews has been very strong this season, but I'm going to pick his teammate. I'm going to say the 75 of Justin Zidell is going to get the 2nd win for on Motorsports and have both drivers with the victory here today.
On Motorsports been a pretty strong start to the season, especially with John Andrews, but Zidell, he's had his fair start to the season as well. Be awesome for him and that team if Zidell can pull off a win here today. But got 34 laps to decide it here from the Lime Rock Park. Like I said, we'll just have to wait and see how everything goes down. But here we go, coming downhill and into the sweeper turn 7. We're coming down the front straight over here, the Sam Posey straight. Pace car is going to make the right-hand turn into the pit lane. And here we go. It's going to be the number 1 of Aldra Baranowskis and the 33 of BB Ruiz. He's going to lead the field down the front straightaway and to the green flag. Here we go from Lime Rock Park. We're green flag racing here and the United Rentals Grand Prix of Lime Rock. As they go up the hill for the first time today, how about this 33 of BB Ruiz? A great start from him, and he's going to take the lead away off the start there for Dutch Atlantis Racing. Angel Gutierrez is going to settle into 2nd, and Vargas settles into 3rd. Baranowskis lost a little bit of ground there, falls back to the 4th position, but still holding on here into the top 5, and it's a calamity back here. We got one car in the pits. Believe that is the 13 of Duncan Ward. He might have had an issue there on the first lap of the race, and Dylan Matthews, winner at Willow Springs, has got an issue as well. Probably seen a little bit of first lap calamity there. put a replay of that on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, but definitely a tough way to start the race for those two. However, on the other end of the spectrum, like I said, a great start there for the 33 of Baby Ruiz and Dutch Atlantis Racing, who is clear for the race lead by quite a margin right now over the 49 of Angel Gutierrez.
A tough start for Matthews and Ward on lap number 1, but this racetrack is a very quick and very short road course. It might be 34 laps here today, but it's 44 to 45 second lap time, so this might well be a Daytona for these guys with the lap time's sake of it at least. So it's definitely going to go by really fast from a road course standpoint. And a great start for BB in that number 33 machine. I think that position is going to be important. And oh, looks like we might have had more chaos as those gimmicks were not there before.
Ooh.
And welcome to Line Walk Park. This is why I said you have to survive the first couple of laps. And unfortunately, that's the number 48 of Marcus Glitch, who has fallen off the pace with some mainly off the final corner.
And might have also been some trouble there for Marcus Glitch, maybe getting into going a little bit wide there through the west bend, maybe potentially getting into the tires. We can see that if you overdrive turn 6 there, and yeah, rough start to the season for Marcus Glitch there in the 48. Fortunately, things still not going his way here at the Lime Rock Park. Yeah, hopefully, once everybody kind of gets settled out, we shouldn't see this as much. But Ruiz still holding strong here with the race lead, now over a second back to the 49 of Angel Gutierrez. You got Christian Vargas still in the 3rd position. Baranowskis has settled in 4th. Might have a battle for 5th raging on here between the 80 of Chris Reynolds and the 97 of Aaron Abel. Zachary Fitzwater in 7th. Carson Miller in 8th. Brad Stover is in 9th currently. And rounding out your top 10, it's the guy who's still looking to keep his top 10 streak alive and holding on that points lead. John Andrews currently holding on to the 10th position here. Yeah, like you said, got 34 laps here today, but well, it may seem like a long time. These laps tick by here pretty quick. We're already on lap 5, coming to lap number 6 here. So yeah, these laps are ticking away really, really quickly. So, well, he's already looking pretty good here, but yeah, still have a little bit of a long ways to go and still got that cycle of pit stops to worry about as well, but seems so far as of raw pace, that 33 Ruiz looking pretty good right now here so far.
Definitely looking like a quick hot wads in that 33 machine for BB Ruiz. It's going to be interesting on its 2nd place. The number 49 of Angel Gutierrez can close in at any point. Same as 3rd as the double zero of Vargas. And we'll see on what kind of battles we really see here in this one. As where did the 97 go?
He's lost a couple
he might have
spots.
a moment.
Might have had a bit of a moment, but that car still looks clean, so might have just gone off of the road somewhere, which still not ideal, but better than wrecking, I suppose. Looks like he's going to come out there right behind the 75 of Justin Zidell. Looks like that is the 16th position for Aaron Abel. Well, actually, looks like he might have a little bit of damage there to the left side pod, but hopefully shouldn't really come into effect that much. It's yeah, definitely still a tough break there for Aaron Abel. I hate to see that for you, Nathan.
Oh, it's bound to happen when I'm in the booth. That seems to be the peak for the Staple Jeans. I was about to mention him and the number 1 of Baranowskis, because I think that was with the A actually of battling for the position a couple of laps ago, and unfortunately might have been some contact. Don't know where though, because I don't see any skid marks anywhere, so that's gonna be interesting after the race. But a tough break. Now this A machine of course has 5th place all by himself, and already things are spread out here at Limelight Park, and gonna be interesting. This is common. These guys have to start thinking about strategy here, and still have to start thinking about, do I do the undercut or do I do the overcut with how throughout the field it always is? But Ruiz holding strong. We might have about a second here soon, as Vargas is catching up with Chris Reynolds.
Definitely see it, yeah. Vargas trying to reel in there the 49 of Angel Gutierrez. Gutierrez still trying to hang on. Ruiz might have gone a little bit wide there through turn 4. That's, another thing about this track. Like I kind of touched on earlier, it's where this track is so narrow, it's pretty easy to overdrive these corners and shoot it wide. Might have seen a little bit of that there from the 33 of BB Ruiz through turn 4, and Gutierrez, that allowed him to close up quite a bit there. The gap might just be under a second now as they come down the long front straightaway, and that is indeed the case. That allowed Gutierrez to close in about 5 to 6 tenths there. Bit of a costly mistake there from our race leader, BB Ruiz. Have to see if he can gather it back up and extend that gap once again. And they are able going off. That allowed Luna Lona in the 04 now up into the 10th position, and Lona might be trying to close in there on the 79 of John Andrews. A little bit more dust kicked up there. Maybe, I think Ruiz went off again.
No.
And Gutierrez is there. 2 laps, 2 mistakes there in turn 4 for BB Ruiz, and now Gutierrez has pretty much just about closed up to the gearbox of that 33 of Ruiz.
We talked about this track being fairly narrow, but it's easy to make mistakes, and I think that's what BB Ruiz has done. The 2 mistakes in a row, and now we might have a battle for the position.
But there's a mistake from
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez.
Wide, not too bad in turn 4. Still gonna be there. If these 2 get racy, don't count the W0 of Vargas, we might have a 3-way battle. Or 3-way battle for this race league here soon.
Could do it, as Vargas still just holding it steady right now in the 3rd position. On a solid race so far, but Gutierrez there made a little bit of a mistake there through turn 3, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time. Now back to just about a second for the 49. Yeah, just such an easy track to make mistakes, and we're seeing it here with our race leaders just overdriving it here through these tight corners. But still keeping it on the racetrack and holding strong right now. Looking here towards the back of the field, that's one of the GRT Team Velocity cars there. I believe that is Logan Williams, and it looks like that is indeed the case. Not the best of runs there for Logan Williams. Marcus Glitch also back here. You got Max Anderson, Avery Alford, not the best run. Nicholas Samadillo. It's been a rough start to the season for him. I believe he had a good run at Coda, but besides that, it's not been the best of seasons for Mr. Edge. Looking up through here, Aaron Abel there in the 97. Checked up on him earlier. It looks like he's moved up a spot, I think, up into the 15th position. And the other car, Brandon Wilmington, right now sitting in the 20th position, so not the best run going right now, but we do still have that cycle of pit stops up ahead of us, which definitely could shake some things up here as we get into the later stages of this one.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of the doubt, pit stops will really change things here. Definitely, if some drivers do the undercut versus the overcut and vice versa, and that's definitely going to be one of the many deciding factors on this race win. But you mentioned the dust getting kicked up. It's getting so dusty, and like with the amount of dust that is getting sprayed up here on some of these corners, we could have a mini dust storm here at line 1 part. But in all seriousness, a lot of mistakes here on this tight road course, but BB Ruiz has only made a couple, and they weren't too significant as he still has the race lead, and now it's back to what it was, over a second lead now for BB Ruiz once again. And I think everyone realizes that they need to settle in, getting close to pit stops in a handful of laps, and that could be important side by side maybe for the race for position for, I believe, the 4th spot between the number 1 of Baranowskis and the number 04, or the number 8 I should say, of Hernandez.
These two not quite settled in. As Reynolds tried to go after the one of Baranowskis there, but went a little bit wide there through turn 4, but Actually, Baranowski might have went a little bit wide there through turn 5, so it's going to draw Reynolds right back in. But, yeah, a few small hiccups all over the place, but, you know, with how narrow the track is and how quick it is, that's kind of just the nature here at Lime Rock Park. You can see it out of everybody, and you'll see it just about everywhere as here we go for the 4th position. Reynolds trying to go after the one of Arja Baranowskis. Baranowskis holding strong for the moment. Going into turn number 4. Reynolds kind of tried to hold the inside lane there. Stays in behind the one of Arja Baranowskis. Looks like Baranowskis will hold on for the time being, but Reynolds is still right there behind the one on the gearbox. Through the field, see if we got any more battles going on. It doesn't really look like it. We might have a battle heating up here for the 8th position between Brad Stover and John Andrews. But yeah, kind of like what you said, it seems for the most part everyone has kind of calmed down a little bit, and looks like everybody might be preparing there for that cycle of pit stops. And of course, another thing to watch out for, Lime Rock Park has a very, very tedious pit road entry where it's pretty much a straight, almost 90-degree right turn there coming off of turn number 7. So you got to get the car woed down really quickly and pretty much just make a sharp right turn into the pit lane. And of course, turn 7, a very fast sweeping corner, so mix the cars that are not coming in and trying to take the corner normally, mixed with cars that are trying to get on the brakes and get into that pit lane, and it, in some cases, could cause a recipe for calamity. Have to see if we see any of that here during this race.
He touched on the treacherous pit road entry, and can also be the same can be said about pit road exit, because it just merges right onto the racetrack right before turn 1. So pit road can be a very tight situation here, and that could honestly make this race win or lose for someone here. Not only with the pit strategy, but will also gain on and off pit road. We'll see on when it starts, but we're getting closer and closer to the range that you think we should see pit stops here today. But these guys just doing a nice and calm start ever since the beginning. And a dominant one so far for BB Ruiz, but he still has to survive pit roads here at Lime Rock Park.
Definitely on here to lap number 19. The cycle should be opening this time by. And we do have some cars coming in on lap 18, coming to lap 19, including the 79 of John Andrews and the 04 Luna Lona, 2 cars there inside the top 10. We'll have to see who all elects to come down pit lane here on lap 19, coming to lap number 20. Looks like our top 3 are going to all stay out. So is Baranowskis, Reynolds, and Fitzwater. So is Carson Miller. Doesn't really seem like any takers up here for the time being. We'll watch these guys, and here we go. Here comes Braden Perez there in the 83. Noah Clifton. Looks like that could potentially be it there here for this lap by. And now you're seeing there Giacomo coming right out on the racetrack side by side with the 97 of Aaron Abel. Yeah, taking a look up here. You got John Andrews there in the 79. He came out right in front of the 81 of Brad Stover, the car he was battling. I'll have to see where that ends up turning out, but here we go. Here comes Baranowskis, Gutierrez, and pretty much just about everybody else here that was running inside the top 10. See if anybody does try to stretch it, and we do. Actually, no. I think Jay Knapp did come in with John Andrews and all those guys. There comes Braden Perez out of the pit lane, and yeah, like you said, the exit's pretty tedious as well, where there you go. Those guys were pretty much wheel to wheel. Speaking of wheel to wheel, we got Lona and Nicholas Samadillo, and Lona has got a little bit of front wing damage. Don't know where Lona got that from, if it was from maybe something regarding the pit lane or if it just happened on the racetrack. Whatever happened, I'll put a replay on the screen, but tough break there for Luna Lona, who was running inside the top 10, and you're already seeing Lona struggling with the handling of that car now, going wide there through turn 5, letting the 88 of Anthony Hernandez through. Lona just might have to come back down the pit lane once again, and here comes everybody else, I guess, who stayed out an extra lap. But it looks like after everything is said and done, looks like it is still the 33, Baby Ruiz, out in the lead over Angel Gutierrez and Christian Vargas. Actually, you got the 80 of Chris Reynolds, who's got wing damage.
Oh.
Something happened to Chris Reynolds. Tough break there for the 80, who was pretty much running up there in the top 5. Put a replay of that as well in bottom left-hand side of your screen, but bit of chaos here under this pit cycle for a couple drivers, including a lot running in our top 10, such as Luna Lona and Chris Reynolds. Tough break for those guys. We got a battle going on here. Carson Miller, Brad Stover, and John Andrews. Andrews there is going to get by the 81 of Brad Stover and set his sights there on the 86 of Miller, but he goes wide there through turn 5. Here comes Fitzwater, trying to get to the inside of the 79 here through the west bend. Andrews went a little bit wide there, but still kept it out of the tire barrier and will stay ahead of the 81 of Brad Stover, or maybe not. Stover trying to get back down to the right-hand side of the 79. Here they go through the big bend here, turn number 1. Andrews sweeping it wide. Stover on the, pretty much about on the curb. And these guys staying side by side is drawing the 23 of Jay Knapp in. Oh, but a bit of a wiggle there from Brad Stover, and Andrews will hold on to the spot, and that's going to let the 23 of Jay Knapp through. Got some great battles here going on towards the bottom half of the top 10, but it's pretty peaceful around the top half of the top 10 with Ruiz out in front, and he's got about a 3-second gap to the 49 of Angel Gutierrez.
It's looking really good for Ruiz to get the race win here. I hope I didn't just say between the 33, but it's been a clean day so far, but it's not been a clean day out on the racetrack, that's for sure. It's been a lot of dust being kicked up, a lot of action early on, and still some action all over the place here. So Ruiz is doing a good job in this number 33 machine, trying to go flag to flag possibly in dominating fashion. Last time by, the 48 closed in a little bit, and
we
you
know closed in a lot.
I don't know if this is true or not, but maybe, just maybe, this 49 might have done the overcut and might have a little bit fresher tires than that 33 machine.
Well, that was a mega lap there from Angel Gutierrez, who closed the gap by about 0.8 of a second. This 49 might be on rails right now, and if he keeps this pace up, might have enough time to catch up to that 33 of Baby Ruiz. I'll have to see what kind of lap he can set this time by. There goes Ruiz across the line. Here comes Gutierrez. And that time by, the gap extended just a little bit, so Gutierrez does have some pace, though, in that 49. Have to see if Gutierrez can close in to the 33 of Baby Ruiz. But, see, this time by, I believe it will be 8 laps to go here at the line for the number 33 of Baby Ruiz. Gutierrez in second, trying to run him down. Vargas, he's kind of just been chilling our race there in the podium position. So, potential good result here, ruined for the 00 of Christian Vargas. Baranauskas right now, after that pit cycle, runs in 4th. Fitzwater in 5th. 6th is Carson Miller. 7th is John Andrews. 8th is Jay Knapp. 9th, Brad Stover. And Tanner Parton rounds out your top 10. Another driver that's had a strong start to the season, looking to keep that going. Good stuff there for Tanner Parton and Vision Motorsports in general now, who's got both of their cars here in the top 10. That time by, Gutierrez did close a little bit, closed in about a 10th to the 33 of Ruiz, so I don't think this is over, but Gutierrez is really going to have to start setting some good laps here.
Absolutely. was a little bit faster last time by. We'll see if he closed in a little this time. 2.4 to
Ooh.
3.1. No, he did not. So I think I regret of what I said with him having fresher tires. I think that might be the other way around, or actually it might have been the other way around because I know it was a few laps until BB pitted in the slurry machine. So it's looking really good. But a great one for some of those guys that are up there in points that are sneaky in getting a top 10 here. John Andrews and Taylor Pun. And we'll see on how those two drivers do. And uh-oh.
Oh, and
I, you know what? We forgot to mention with how short this road course is, we might get lap traffic here. And this might change everything.
oh boy, you've got a lot of factors here going into this. You've got, of course, you've got pace, you've got tires, but it looks like in this case we might have a more sinister third factor in this. Lap traffic, as we got the 04 Luna Lona there. Obviously, kind of struggling with that car with the wing damage. And Ruiz running that 04 car down. Ruiz definitely probably going to catch this 04 by the time everything is said and done. And got a few more cars up the road. You've got Logan Williams there in the 63, 99 and Max Anderson, Avery Alford and Marcus Glitch, although these guys aren't really off the pace as much as the 04 of Luna Lona. This will definitely be interesting here. Have to see how Ruiz tries to get around this lapped car. We're at 5, coming to 4 laps to go this time by for Ruiz, and he might have one more obstacle to overcome before he's home free from this one. He goes wide,
no.
He gets to the wall!
I don't know if the 04 got into the wall in front of him and then that made a Ruiz come into the wall, or if he just made a mistake. But now this is interesting. The dirty air caused by Luna Lona is going to allow Angel Gutierrez to gain a little this time by from 3.4 to 2.7. And it is one thing to catch a car, it's another thing to pass him. And unfortunately, the best case scenario for Ruiz is to catch him down the front stretch, but he's not going to catch him. He's going to catch him right now, and he's going to finally get past him.
Oh boy.
But he's going to lose a lot of time. Of course, Gutierrez will also have to get past that 04, but he might be a little bit lucky with catching Luna Lona down the front stretch. This is not over with 3 laps to go.
This might not be over. Yeah, it looks like Gutierrez is going to catch the 04 Lona at potentially the best possible time. Here as they go down the front straightaway. Oh, Gutierrez closed in about a second and is going to get down to the inside of Lona as we go through turns 1 and 2.
Needs to get past Lona here.
Needs to get past Lona right now.
And
it looks like that's going to be the case.
2 laps, that's all it's going to come down to it. 2 laps, about a minute and a half.
Oh boy, this is fascinating stuff here from the Lime Rock Park. Ruiz just needs to hold on for 2 more laps. We'll have to see if Gutierrez gained or lost anything this time by. Could have maybe lost a little bit of ground there with fighting the 04 of Luna Lona. And he did lose a little bit of ground there. So 2 laps to go for Ruiz and 2.5 seconds to work with. He just needs to set 2 clean laps and he's home free here from Lime Rock Park.
Well, are you sure about that? Because that's been easier said than done here today. That 33's been in the wall once. He's gone off track a couple of times. And we'll see what he can do. He has a pretty manageable gap over Angel Gutierrez. And Angel Gutierrez is trying to get there. It's going to be close, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. Final lap for BB Ruiz. He's dominated all day long, and as long as he does not make a mistake, he should get it here at line 1.
Final lap here from BB Ruiz. Like you said, he's dominated the day, and at this point just needs to bring it home. Gutierrez gained a little bit that last time by. But unless something crazy happens here through these final couple corners, it might be too little too late for the driver of that number 49. Here we go through West Bend, turn 6, down the hill and into turn number 7. It's been a bit of a struggle start to the season for Dutch Atlantis Racing, but they're finally going to come through and get their first win of the season with rookie Baby Ruiz winning his first IndyCar race here from the United Reynolds Grand Prix at Lime Rock Park.
Dominating performance from BB Ruiz here today. Not much to really say. A couple of mistakes at a couple of points, but he's gonna hang on and get the race victory here in this one, and just dominating fashion for him. And it's gonna be interesting if he can keep it up throughout the rest of the season.
I definitely had to fight to earn that one. But what a fight and what a win for the number 33 BB Ruiz and Dutch Atlantis Racing. Still a great run, all things considered, for the 49 of Angel Gutierrez, coming home second in a pretty quiet race, but still a great race nonetheless from the 00 Christian Vargas. I don't really think he really got in any trouble all day and pretty much just cruised that thing home to third place. So good stuff there for the Dog Pound Incorporated driver. But man, good stuff here from the Lime Rock Park. Taking a look here at your official standings here from the United Reynolds Grand Prix here at Lime Rock. It is BB Ruiz almost going flag to flag and winning here at Lime Rock. Angel Gutierrez comes home second. Vargas rounds out your podium. And looking further on down the standings, you got your pole sitter, Aljo Barnesca, still a great run, coming home in fourth. Zachary Fitzwater, who came in third in points, is going to come home in the fifth position. Carson Miller comes home sixth. John Andrews, your points leader, is going to keep his top 10 streak alive. He comes home seventh here in this one. Jay Knapp comes home in eighth. Good stuff there for him. Brad Stover comes home in ninth. And Tanner Parton will round out your top 10. A lot of great runs here for a lot of our drivers that are up there in points. But what a race here from Lime Rock Park. So happy to have brought this race back after a 1-year absence. And yeah, already this track making a name for itself here on the calendar once again. What a race here from Lime Rock. And final thoughts, Nathan. What'd you think about what we saw here today?
Definitely a lot of fun here at Lime Rock Park. Great to have this track back. It's definitely one of the more underrated road courses, and it was definitely a lot of fun. Dominating one from BP Ruiz here. Tough ones for my drivers here today. Wilmington in 17th and Abel in 21st. First at the start of 7th. But all in all, a great race here. And it's going to be interesting how the rest of the season goes. But for BB, he dominated. He had a few mistakes. Had to deal with the lap car. And it might have been a dominant win, but he only won by 1.8 seconds. And it's going to be interesting, what ends up happening throughout the rest of the season. Looks like we did have some issues here today with Christian being out and a couple of others, but it was definitely a wild one here. But Ruiz gets the win at Lime Rock Park.
Definitely a pretty wild one here from the Lime Rock Park, but regardless of the fact, a great race and a great return to the racetrack. Yeah, so happy that I brought this racetrack back, and honestly, it might just be here to stay here on the calendar. What a race, and what a win for BB Ruiz. Goodness gracious. What a race. But, yeah, next race. Let's see. I was supposed to write that down. I didn't write it down. Next race is going to be another fun one. It's Wawa Indy Nazareth from the Nazareth Speedway. That race will be going up Saturday, April 12th at noon Eastern Time. And also that week will be the return of the CSX Indy Series from the Nazareth Speedway. Really, really excited to be bringing that series back. It's going to be so much fun. And that series will see its first race at the Nazareth Speedway, the CSX Keystone 80K, on Thursday, April 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you all check that race out as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. But once again, thank you so much, Nathan, for joining me up here in the booth with this one. Congratulations to the 33 of BB Ruiz for winning the United Reynolds Grand Prix here at Lime Rock. And I will see you all at Wawa Indy Nazareth from the Nazareth Speedway. Y'all take care, and as always, y'all have a good one. Here is your point standings after race number 5 on the season.